the water and the marine animals, and then from the water it rises up towards the sun.
Wow, thank you so much. That was incredible.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Here from Atlantis, Dubai. Thank you. So as you can see, guys, this is an amazing sculpture done by the artist by the name of Chahuli. And I don't know if that audio came out okay, but I'm hoping it did. And what she said is entirely correct. This is a sculpture, as you can see. There's a seashell below with the ocean water, and then what's clearly marking as the sea life and the ocean water going upwards, spiraling upwards into the sun. And you can see it's a canopy, a golden canopy upstairs as well. So some of you may think this is mere symbolism or just abstract art. And I'm going to tell you, yes, it's that, but it's a lot more than that. It's an actual reality. It's a fact of what's happening. So there's a process that takes place at the North Pole, unbeknownst to most of us. There's only a handful of people that know this reality today, living today, and this artist appears to be one of them. He's probably in the club, and he has this insight, this inner knowledge, because these guys, you know, they run a lot of, they have a lot of intelligence that you and I don't. So how do I get this knowledge? I get it from having my eyes wide open and seeing the symbolism and what they're portraying. But mainly, this is also conveyed in the Vedanta, in the Vedas. It's also conveyed in a lot of the Shastras, such as Yoga Vasishta. So the ocean water is transported at the North Pole upwards. It goes up and down, literally, into outside of our reality, into what you would call the firmament. And up there, it's transformed. The sea salt from the ocean water is extracted and it's transformed into the sun. And then the sun transforms it into oxygen and wind. So it's all one huge, amazing system beyond belief, beyond comprehension. And it's all guided and orchestrated by the Supreme Consciousness that is the creator of everything. Blessings, everybody. All right, guys, so it's important to notice here that this is not blind belief. This is not occult belief or blind belief. So how I arrived at this knowledge and how I can recognize it and decode it for you guys, it's very simple. First, you have to realize that you're being lied to about everything, number one. Number two, you have to realize that you know nothing. You have a lot of ideas in your head, and your head has been filled with lies. So has your heart. So you need to release and let go to realize that you know nothing. Then that is called humility. Once you realize humility, then you can ask for the grace of the divine to fill your mind and your heart with the truth. And the yearning for the truth is most important and most helpful in this endeavor. So those are very important keys to the truth and to you realizing what this reality really is and the purpose of your life. So you can check out my playlist and see what oxygen really is, what the sun really is, what we're breathing, where the air comes from. The air we breathe, the oxygen we breathe comes from the sun. It doesn't come from plants, as they would have you believe. Plants breathe in oxygen and nitrogen and breathe out CO2 just like any other living thing. Now, you can watch those playlists because here I'm just summarizing. But the sun is very easy. So for example, once you have this humility and the grace of the divine, you can start using your mind and your reasoning correctly, your rationality, and think for yourself. And then you can come to know the truth through your mind and your knowledge, truthful knowledge, which is called jnana or sattva in Sanskrit. So it's very easy to know that the sun is made of sea salt, aka sodium. This is very easy just from the color itself. So you can do a flame burn test or a spectral analysis. You can even ask if you're using AI or Google, you can ask them. Don't ask him what the sun's made of, because it's going to give you a lie. But if you sidestep and you ask it, give me a spectral analysis of the sun, a full detailed one, it's going to tell you that the sun is made of salt, which is sodium. And that salt comes from the ocean at the North Pole. There's a vortex there. And the water goes up. It's transported up to power the sun and the moon as well. And from there, the sun passes the sea salt or sodium, whatever you want to call it, and makes it into a plasma ball, which is the sun. And from there, it does a lot of things. But right now, we're just focusing on a few of these. It's making oxygen that you and I breathe. The oxygen comes back down to the atmosphere and powers every living being. Everything that moves is powered by the sun's output, which is oxygen, which is also called prana in Sanskrit. Even computers, even machines, they need prana. No air, no oxygen, no car, no muscle car, no data center if you don't have oxygen. This is a fact. So everything in our reality is powered by the prana that is projected by the sun, powered by the sun, which comes from the sea salt. So it's a cycle. It's a divine cycle. These elites know this. They encode it in plain sight in their luxury and their art and their secret places. And you're not aware of it. They are. And that's to their benefit and to your detriment. So now you know the truth. The truth shall set you free. So keep researching and keep an open heart and an open mind. Now you may ask, why gold? Why so much gold in relation to the sun? Because when you run that spectral analysis on the sun's light, you're going to find out the sun's not just made of salt. Its main component is sea salt, but it's also made up of calcium. It's made up of iron, plasma. Everything's in plasma state. And it's also made up of gold. What it uses the gold for is to project consciousness. Gold is a projector of consciousness. Just like, and this is not hocus pocus belief. It's just like copper is used to augment and project electricity. The same goes for gold. And that is the real reason why gold is so expensive. Is they want to keep it out of your hands in large quantities. So they are the only ones that can use it. And while the sun is the main one using it, because the sun is the projector of consciousness into our realm, into our reality, from the Supreme Creator. And that is why, for example, gold is also in land called aurum, and from that we get aura, which is the Hebrew word for the soul, because the sun is also a portal of souls. It's literally a doorway. It's a gateway of souls. That's the golden gate that the elites know about and you don't. So your soul, after you die, goes through a crisis. That's what it says in the book of Hebrews. When it says that you live once, you live once and then you go through a crisis, a crisis. That's, just read it in Greek and you'll find out. Crisis, it's also Christ. Because Christ is also the physical body manifestation of the divine supreme being. So they have a lot in common. So the sun, again, being a portal of souls, your soul has to go through it, and it has to pass the litmus test. More than the litmus test, it has to pass the light test. How much light there is in your soul. That's why in Spanish, when you say, I'm going to pray, it says, you say, I pray, it says, yo oro. Literally the same word for gold. I gold in Spanish means I pray, because everything's tied together. The light in your heart, the light in your soul, and the light in the sun. That's why also in Spanish the sun is called soul. It's the same word, because it's a portal, a gateway of souls, literally in your face every day. And you are blind to the grace of the divine. So open your eyes, wake up, and smell the roses. Get out of your trance and your stupor and realize that you're living in a magical dream world that is much more than you imagined. Much more. Blessings.